Welcome everybody to the seasonal diet, eating what our ancestors ate when they ate it like we were evolved to do. As I spoke about in my last video, we are now entering into the chapter of the year in the seasonal diet, and our ancestors would have had a switch in their eating schedule here. Watch that video for a breakdown that I released just a couple days ago, but in this video we're speaking about meat in the early summer specifically. This is my least favorite time of year because it's the time our ancestors would have eaten the least meat. The vegetarians are going to be very happy about this, but it's true because we wouldn't have been eating a lot of meat in this time of year in these next few months. I don't like them, and I don't think a meatless diet is natural in any way, especially for Northern Europeans where I'm from. But on the other hand, you have these roided out gym bros who need 200 grams of protein every day or else they can't function. Guess what? If you would have eaten like that in the summer and ate all your livestock, you would have starved to death in the winter. So it doesn't make sense to be slaughtering your livestock this time of year, so it wouldn't be much meat in our ancestors' diet. But they would have hunted and fished. Fish, of course, is good all year round, but hunted game especially was done in the early summer. In the late summer, humans would have been way too busy with the harvest, unless they were hunter-gatherers, but, for 10,000 years now, we have had agriculture in most places, in Europe at least, so it would not have been time to hunt all day towards the end of the summer at the harvest time, because everybody would be working hard harvesting the foods while they could. But beginning of the summer, there would be a little bit more leisure time to do things like hunting. So if we are going to eat meat at this time of year, ideally it would be hunted wild game or fish. Now, you're not going to want to go killing Bambi's mother before the babies are even old enough to take care of themselves, so not a lot of venison or large herbivores like that this time of the year, like elk, moose, deer, things like that. Doesn't make much sense to be hunting them either unless you found a bull somewhere, so humans would have hunted other things. Fish year-round, like I said. Also, wild birds. If you're good enough with a bow in ancient times, they would be readily available at this time of year. A really big one that people forget about: rabbits and other critters like that, squirrels and those types of things. They have already started to breed, and they say breed like rabbits for a reason, okay? Those animals had multiple litters a year, all summer, so they really do repopulate the area fast, and you had to hunt these in an agricultural society a lot, or else the population would get way too big and destroy all your crops. And these little bastards are hard to shoot or catch, so it would have been lots of trapping actually. Rabbits would have probably been the main type of meat this time of year. It's wabbit season, and also duck season too, probably. It would be at this time of year, like I said, wild birds. A lot of Northern European countries, actually, you can find really cheap rabbit in the supermarket this time of year. I remember when I was living in Germany, there were tons of it, but Norway, I think it's actually illegal to trap rabbits, so you don't see it there too much. But you guys know any, wherever you are in the world, do you have rabbits in the supermarket coming out at this time of year? Let us know. Our ancestors also might have hunted critters that preyed on your livestock at this time of year. Maybe some damn foxes got in the chicken coop. You would be out hunting those to make sure they didn't eat all your chickens. Even wolves and bears, possibly. If they were taking your sheep, the men would go out and hunt them down in order to save the livestock. We don't have so many written records of hunting wolves and bears, and them being used as food, but I'm sure it happened. I'm sure it was done before the Christianization of certain peoples, because we have some very old evidence and stories that suggest a ritual wolf or bear hunt in the pre-Christian European religions, and even doing things like eating the heart of the wolf to get special power. Of course, that's probably not something that the overlords wanted the population to be doing back then, because it would make us stronger and things like that. So we don't have any preserved written records of this type of hunt, but in my opinion, that was probably done, and it would have been done at this time of year, and also the winter. That would be a hunt for predatory animals. So that's about it. Like I said, meat would be very low consumption at this time of year, but definitely some wild hunted game like I spoke about in there. In the late summer, it would be even less meat because we didn't even have time to hunt, but that's kind of when the high festivals and the harvest and the slaughters start to happen. So I will cover that in a few months when that comes around. That's going to be about August time. But this is just the tips for the next few months about meat to eat if we are trying to eat like our ancestors. So let us know if you guys have any plans, any recipes. Thank you for watching.